My name's Sanjay Chaya. I am an anesthesiologist in Ottawa, and I have a pretty broad practice. I work in the operating room in a traditional anesthesia role. I have a chronic pain clinic. I am the medical director of a chronic vent unit for long stay ventilated patients that can't live elsewhere. And I have an addictions practice. And so that's sort of the bulk of what I do. After actually getting introduced to what it is PFF could do and was able to do for my practice, then it really became clear that's very helpful for all physicians in the practices they do. The hard parts of that process, in terms of chasing the reconciliation, ensuring that errors are corrected, which is all part of getting the full compensation for the work that you've done, and the commitment the PFF has to that really resonated. And then finally, the sort of social governance piece that they've decided to undertake completely separate of the business, but in helping the healthcare landscape to bring physicians in to a healthcare practice setting in Canada and Ontario specifically, where there's a shortage. This is not something that they had to do, but it's something that really helps you connect with them at a level where it's clear that they understand some of the travails of physicians and that they have a clear idea on how to make some significant improvements in the lives of physicians. So simply, let's get you paid what you're entitled to get paid. If there's a problem with your pay, let's fix it. And we know there's a shortage of physicians. Let's get some more in. Hard to argue with any of that. Yeah. So if we begin first with the financial ROI, so I ran a sort of billing clerk model that everybody's very familiar with, had a trusted person, been with me a long time. I thought the value of what I was paying her to do the billing was excellent. And then I felt like I was getting really good service and everything was marching along quite nicely. When I actually finally decided to give PFF a chance and a try and had them run my data and look at what was there, I was absolutely surprised with how much return you could get. Specifically, a lot of errors and a lot of corrections were not being made at the level that I thought they were being made at. So I believed they were being made. And the billing lady I'd been working with forever honestly believed they were being made correctly. And so we were marching on quite happy, but without the full picture. When PFF brings you the data and says, these claims weren't chased up on, these claims have been stale dated, this claim is this, and you add up the volume of money in there, and it's a consequential sum, like it's an amount of money that matters. So the barrier always to PFF, to anybody that is approached, is the cost. At a 5% gross, the number seems outrageous when most billing clerks might be 1.5, pick a number, and mine was less than that. Why would I ever pay 5% when I was getting away with 0.5% or 0.75%? So you don't know that answer till you understand what you're leaving on the table. So yes, my cost to do this went from 0.75% to 3% or 4% or whatever it is. I'm not using all the services that cost, but my cash recovery on an average annual basis, and I'm not with it a year yet, but it's going to come out to almost a 20% change in my income for what was not being chased and recovered properly. Now, you don't really say, oh, yeah, it's a one off, but our experience now from my side, helping with the advice part on the business is there has not yet been a scenario with less than 15% upside has been found. So even if the cost to the business or to the individual is a 3-4%, the delta of what they're able to bring more than makes up for that. And the initial consultation, the review of your data, gives you an idea of what's recoverable, and that's free. The whole thing, just really once you understand it, almost begs the question why everybody wouldn't let PFF look at their data and see what it is they can do. Because if you say to every group, I can recover you 15%, 20%, and it's going to cost you 4, well, your net 11 to 16% increase in your business. And then for the lifestyle part, the team is doing all the work. So even some of the little details that I used to have to follow up with the previous billing arrangement I had in terms of details, the team does it. So you now are satisfied that your bills are being submitted properly, errors and and incorrect submissions are being followed up properly. You're getting paid correctly and they're doing all the work. So there's a financial return and a time return and a peace of mind return.